Hey everybody, my name's Rob and welcome to Kicking Cancer's Ass 4 minutes at a time. See, I have my timer right here and it's set for 4 minutes, right? Because, you know, we can all handle 4 minutes, right? 4 minutes is a piece of cake. So here we go. The clock is running. So, Kicking Cancer's Ass 4 minutes at a time. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about on these videos some common challenges that people going through cancer might have. Because you know what? I think we can really help each other out through this time because it's a tough time. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, a few years ago I had thyroid cancer. Don't mind telling you, had a bit of a tough time with the disease, as many of our family and our friends do. I mean, and everybody has their own story and their own experience completely with this disease. What's strange is I felt really isolated and alone. I really did. Now, that's a very common thing, right? Ironic, isn't it? Considering the fact that 30%, a full 30% of people in North America will at some point deal with a diagnosis of cancer. Now, I mean, that's terrifying, right? However, what's interesting is there's no reason for us to feel alone at all, right? I mean, gosh, if I could give myself advice, if I could give myself any kind of advice at all in the past, if I could fly back in time, if I had a flux capacitor, if I could jump in my DeLorean and say goodbye to the doc and like jump back in time, the one thing I would tell myself would be to buy Google. No, it would in fact be to join a support group. That's right. It's one of the wonderful things that you can do for yourself. It really is. And I'll tell you why. I went to a support group, gosh, just a few days ago. First time. I know, 5 years late, right? But I met some wonderful people who were really kind and really nice, and we all had a different experience with this disease, but we all helped each other and we all talked about how we felt. And I got to tell you, some of the folks that were there were saying things that just could have been lifted from my diary about 5 years ago. And it was just so useful. So I really wish I'd had that experience. It would have made life so much better. Now you might say to yourself, Rob, how do I do this? How do I find a support group where I am? Real easy. Go to your doctor or your nurse practitioner and say, hey, you know, I need a support group. I'm going through this tough thing called cancer. And they'll either set you up with a brochure or a phone number, or they'll give you some kind of a connection. Another thing you can do, switching on, is you can, number two, you can go to Google, put in your community name, and then cancer support group. And something will pop up, something probably pretty good. Check them out, make sure they're reputable. Drop them an email or a phone call and find out when they meet next. And, you know, just show up. And I know sometimes we feel a bit shy about stuff like that. I would have been very shy about it at the time. I really would have. But if there was any time in my life where I needed help, I mean, that was it, right? So you got to really let yourself do this stuff. The third thing you can do is, if you're lucky enough, go to a Gilda's Club. If you live near a Gilda's Club, they're awesome. They're a wonderful, generous organization, and they really help people who are going through cancer out. They really do. So go and talk to a Gilda's, and they're just wonderful, supportive folks. Now, just to let you know, I've written a book, and it is called Kicking Cancer's Ass, a lighthearted guide to the fight of your life. If I had a friend or a family member going through the disease, I thought to myself, what would I want them to know? And I took all my experiences as a person with cancer and as a caregiver, and I put them in this book. It's also got jokes in it too, just to make it palatable. You know what I'm saying? This book is available on Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, iBooks, Smashwords, also in my backpack, 5 seconds. Wherever you are, whatever your situation, keep kicking cancer's ass. Yes! Not bad. Not bad. See, that just continues.
It's perfect.
You like that?
It's perfect.
Cool.